I'm not going to answer every question like that right now.
Okay, we record. We're started the recording. So
Okay.
today's guest is Stephanie Gutierrez. Stephanie, introduce
Gutierrez.
yourself.
Stephanie Gutierrez. It is a tough last name sometimes.
Especially when
Hello,
you're still like
everybody.
me.
Yeah, lucky you.
Sorry.
This kid right here allow me. She
Gotcha.
takes up all my time. So I just wanted to talk about our paranormal experiences that we've all had, and we'll take it from there, ladies.
All
Have you
right.
guys had
Sounds
any?
good.
Well, we'll let you lead the way since you seem to have some interesting stories about when you lived in Fontana,
Oh yeah, growing
California.
up, man, my Fontana house up on of Niagara. The first time I shadow people, first time I ever seen a shadow person was actually like around 7 o'clock at night. Tell you the truth, and I thought it was just a dark Indian man or something running through my hallway. For real,
Oh
I went
wow.
to go get, I went to go get some Barbies from my room. I said, "Let's go play Barbies" with my friend across the street. I'll be right back. I go there and get my hallway, and I see something run from my mom's room to my sister's room, and I'm like, "What the heck was that? Somebody's in my house!" So I panic and I run. And I go tell the neighbor, "Call the cops! Call the cops! There's somebody in my house." Cops come, checked it out. There was nobody. I
Oh,
didn't understand what it was then, So I got a lot older. Then I was like, "Oh wow, that was the first time I actually encountered a shadow person." Because
great.
they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're all around. That was my
They
first
are.
experience with that. You guys ever have any experiences with that?
I
With
have
shadow
had.
realm?
Yeah, I was at an ex-boyfriend's of mine's house. I
Hmm.
was at my ex-boyfriend's house,
Yeah.
and I went to open his bedroom door to leave, and there was a literally the blackest black shadow person I've ever seen. It was a figure of a woman, and
Yeah.
but I couldn't tell you what she was wearing. I just knew it was a woman just by the figure of the shadow, and she was just
Yeah.
standing in the doorway. And I closed it real quick, and I told him, "Your house has ghosts," and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
that was that with that relationship.
You're like, it's done. It's over. I'm closing the door on the relationship and everything.
Yeah. Luckily, I was
Yeah.
young, so I wasn't strong.
Yeah. Yeah. And then after that, let's see. Oh, I remember living in a house, another one in Fontana. I freaking Fontana was really haunted, man. Huh. Um, I was living in a house. I won't say the name, but my daughter was little. My oldest daughter, she was a real baby, and she used to always talk to like something. I said, "What is she talking to? Playing with what? What's that?" And one of the people that had owned the house for a long time, they came and said, uh, supposedly, somebody died in here, blah blah blah. Didn't think too much of it. So I wasn't really spiritual, like thinking then. And then one day, her grandma's friend comes in the house, and she looked at me, she looked inside the kids' room. She goes, he's in there, right? And I said, why did you do? What are you talking about? She confirmed that my daughter was talking to something. I don't know
Oh
what it
wow.
was, but yeah, she was interacting with this spirit. I don't know whether it was good or bad because she never really acted out or anything like that. But I did see her talking to like something. I was like, what is that she doing? Obviously, it was good, I'm assuming, because nothing
Yeah.
came out of it. But the lady was like, he's in there, right? She scared me when she said that because she was confirming that I'm not crazy. You know, that was a trip. That was a trip. Nothing really came. I mean, that house was bad juju anyway. All kinds of bad stuff happened there. But the trippiest house was the one by the Fontana Speedway where the Kaiser Steel plant, where that
Yeah.
is built. Oh man, I
By
had
the
the most
railroad
experience.
tracks.
Yes, by the railroad tracks. Oh my gosh, and always animals were always getting hit on that street right there. I mean, numerous, numerous. I've seen horses get hit on that street. A lot of crazy stuff. That's where I had the most experiences there. When we first went to go check the house out, I just felt a vibe, like weird, weird. I guess the guy that owned that property before us moving there, he was a scientist or something, and he did experiments on different things. The guy that owned the property was from Afghanistan or something. He'd go back and forth to Pakistan. Let me erase that, Pakistan. So he'd have his brother come and collect the rent sometimes. And we'd ask him questions like, "Hey, what do you know about the property?" He was all saying that this old man lived here for a long, long time, and when they bought the houses, that they had to get rid of a lot of scientist stuff, like these glass bulbs and this and that and this and that. He was telling us.
Beakers and
So
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He said it reminded him of a big high tech coffee percolator. I was like, what the heck? What's this guy doing there? But I think that he opened something on that over there in that area because all kinds of different stuff would happen to us there, man. I mean, you name it. There was a ghost or angel, whatever, transforming angel that came to the house one day, and you just feel heaviness around, real heavy around my house.
Tell
And
me
my
about
daughter,
that transforming angel. Did it speak to you
yeah,
or?
no, no, no. My daughter was taking pictures with her dad's phone, messing around, messing around. And I looked at the pictures later on, and I was like, "Wow, what is this? That's a trip. Wow, it's weird." So I downloaded the pictures into the computer, and we blew it up. And what you see inside this, I don't know, angel, ship shifting angel, I guess you'd say, it had baby hands in it. It had like the side view of a inmate's tatted arm. It had side of faces, but when you looked at the actual picture, you could see a face, like a demon face, like it's
Oh,
smiling.
wow.
So, yeah, and it had like this look intestine looking like looked like hair or whatever, but it was like I said, it was shape shifting, so you couldn't
So
really
was
tell
it a
what it was.
fallen angel or demon?
Yeah, I'm thinking it, whatever it was there for like 2 weeks. You feel heavy. You could feel the heavy, around. It was freaking me out for a while because like I tell my mom, I don't want to be here with my kids. I don't know what's going on with, this and that. And a couple days later, I was getting my daughter ready for school, and I heard a lady screaming, and she was like, "Oh no, my God, no!" And I was like, "Whoa, what happened? Somebody's animal got hit." I thought somebody's animal got hit again because they're always getting hit on that street. And no, her baby passed away. Her baby.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is very
Oh,
terrible. And that feeling, though, that feeling of whatever that thing was, it went away. The heaviness went away after that. It was just really weird. I don't know what it was. I think it was a shape shifting angel. I don't know what was good or bad or what it
well,
was
I would
about, but
take the baby.
yeah,
Doesn't
if I would
sound
take the baby,
good.
yeah, it doesn't sound good. And the things I seen in the picture when I flew it up, like I said, it was different body parts of like different people, and and they did have a pair of baby hands in there, which was really creepy. That was really creepy. That house was very, very creepy. All kinds of stuff happened there. Yeah.
Wow.
Even my nephew came to stay with us, and he said to me one day, "Who's that? It's watching over you." I don't want to say any names. You keep the names out of it. But my nephew had said, "Hey, who's that? Who's that shadow looking over, so and so sleeping?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Kind of gave me the chills because he confirmed it. I never talk about that kind of stuff because, you can't talk about that kind of stuff to people. They're like, "You're crazy." But he
Yeah.
confirmed to me, asking me, and I said, "Oh my gosh," it gave me the chills. And I was like, "I don't know. Let's just start praying, get it out of our house, whatever it is. Like we had a lot of crazy experiences there.
Rebuke
Big
it.
time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Rebuke it in the name of Christ. But yeah.
And some
So
people have
one
their
thing,
other. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you keep going because you're cooking. Go ahead,
Yeah,
The
Megan.
one thing that
let's
really was a
listen.
trip I still can't explain to this day is my kids' room. Okay, in that room, all of a sudden the wall was frozen. Like there's a piece of the wall frozen behind the dresser. Like it was weird. It was really cold and frosty, and there's no pipes or nothing back there. I lived there for 5 years. Nothing. Till one day he says, "Come check out my wall. It's weird. It's cold. It's like got like mist coming off." I said, "What the heck, mist? What are you talking about, fool? Come on, tripping. Smell too much grass, man." So we go over there, we check it out, and sure enough, the ripples on the wall, like you got drips on your wall, and they
Right.
freeze like that. It was like that, like little ripples. I'm like, "What the heck?" So I went outside, checked it out, went to the other side of the wall. There's nothing there at all. We were all just stunned, like, "What could this be? What's going?" We didn't understand. We were standing like a bunch of idiots with our, scratching our heads, like, "What could this even be?" To this day, we don't know why that
Was this
wall
the
was
same
frozen like that.
house
Oh yeah,
that
it was the
your
same house.
Pakistani, the
Yep.
Pakistani man, and then the scientist lived in? Maybe
Yes.
he was pulling some Aleister Crowley shit. He was trying to open portholes and shit.
Possibly, because all kinds of different stuff would happen right there. And it's a real desolate part of Fontana too. There's not much, hustle and bustle. There's mostly just diesels that drive by, but nothing more. It was weird. The house was just a trip living, and all kinds of different things happened to me there. But
Wow.
yeah, that experiences. So, you guys
Yeah.
have any experiences or like wonder that could be
Well, there was one particular house that I lived in when I was a teenager that
Fontana?
whenever it was in Fontana, of course,
Weird,
and
but
it would, when I fell asleep, I would always have like a sleep paralysis where I couldn't get up, but I would hear the doorbell ring and I'd be
Mhm.
asleep in my room and I'd want to get up to go answer the doorbell because there was actually somebody there, but I
Yeah.
could not get up. And I would like, in my mind, I like beg for somebody to touch me, push me, get me, snap
Yeah.
me out of this. It was,
Yeah.
I don't like
That's
that.
a
It was
Sleep paralysis is a
scary.
real common thing around the world. It's a global thing that a lot of people experience, and they still can't explain what it is. You know, they say that it could be some type of negative forces. They guess people have woken up and looked at the person next to them and seen something sitting on that person's chest. Like they say, like some type of little, I don't know, jinn. What is it called? A
The
jinn?
Yins,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that jinn or like a wicked cat, like just different things like that. And
a
they say that
succubus.
yeah, that too. Succubus, all these weird little. There's also a what is it? Banshees. Banshees
Oh,
also a type of weird entity. But yeah, sleep paralysis is a trip. That's a trip. Doctors can't even explain sleep paralysis.
Now,
That's
I
weird.
laughed earlier when you said that they get up and they turn next to the person, because the type of sleep paralysis that I've been experiencing lately is in the middle of the night. I supposedly, and I don't even know this, I'm not even aware of this. I need to put a camera in the room, but I don't. I kind of feel creepy about that, even putting a camera on me while I'm sleeping. So,
Yeah.
but my husband says that I set up and I look at him and I yell, "Who are you? Get out! Get out!" And I'm screaming from the top of my lungs. And he's like, "And you literally are grabbing me tight, yelling, 'Who are you? Get out!'" And then he goes, "It lasts for about 30 seconds. And then you just lay back down and go right back to sleep." And I go, "Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't." And he says, "You do it all the fucking time." That is creepy.
Oh, that is creepy. You should put a camera. You never know what you just might catch. You never know.
I know, but I just
But
don't feel
maybe that's the
comfortable having
problem,
that
huh?
camera on me.
Yeah, yeah, that's the
That
problem,
would
huh?
be scary as fuck.
I'm
Dude.
learning to get comfortable with this camera on me,
Yeah,
truthfully.
yeah. And really, what do you really want to catch? What if,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, do we really want to catch whatever it is? I don't know. But yeah, sleep
Yeah.
paralysis is a trip, man. It's a trip. Um, a family member of mine, I guess one time they had huffed some, I don't know, some chemical out of the air conditioning, and it messed him up like really bad after that. Like he was having these demons, demon god phase, you know what I mean? And he never really went to church or nothing like that. My family was never into that kind of stuff. Well, on my sister's side, anyway. I'm trying to say names, like I said, but
Mhm.
he he would talk. He said that he would talk to this little devil that would run around his little desk sometimes and this and that, tell him to do bad things. And he was never a bad person, but this he would put ideas in his head. And the thing was a trip though. My nephew would lose it. Like he would. My nephew, there we go talking. I didn't want to name names. Anywho, uh, he would look in the mirror for hours and hours, and his face would start getting really red and swollen. Like it would literally change. Like it was so weird. It was so weird. I'd have to tell him, stop looking in the mirror. Because I'd catch him looking in the mirror in the backyard. We had a broke down truck. And he'd be back there looking in that damn mirror. I'd tell, boy, get away from that darn mirror. Certain mirrors in the house, I used to like drag him away from it. Because after he would stare so long, something would change in him. He would do the weirdest things, like he'd run around my house, run circles around the whole neighborhood of the house, not just around
Oh,
my house,
wow.
around the whole block at night. In the middle of the night, I'd hear something like doof 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 doof. I'm like, what is that? What is that? Whatever. Not paying attention, watch TV, and I hear doof 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 doof. I said, what the hell is that? And the next thing I know, I waited out there in my bathroom, like looking out the window, and I see here comes my nephew running down the street. I said, what the hell? And so I ran out the front door. I said, what's going on, boy? What's going on? And he's just like, nothing. I feel like I have to run. I have to run. I have to run.
What's
Okay,
he
I don't
running
get.
from? What's he
Yeah, but
running
he never
from?
would just, I don't know. He would just, something would come over him and he would do the weirdest things. One day he just left out of the house and went down the street to the gas station. And I don't even know what the story of it. The lady was explaining, but I didn't understand. I guess he went inside the store, grabbed a bunch of stuff, put it on the counter, and was telling the lady, I don't know what the heck she was, that he's lost or he doesn't know where he's at. The lady goes and she feels sorry for him. She feels concerned for him. So she goes and takes a break and locks the door, tells him, here, you can use the phone to call your mom, call whoever it is you need to call to come pick you up, this and that. And he was just down the street from my house. He had called his mom all the way in a far off place, made her come down there to